Hello YouTube, today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Leader Class Laser Optimus Prime, and I'm just going to pull these fuel tanks out real quick because I forgot to do that before the video. So really cool new addition to the Transformers Legacy line. First wave of leaders is him and a slightly different Galvatron where they just took off all the weathering paint. I did not purchase that. I'm not going to. But anyway, I'm going to take a look at the box. And this is lovely, beautiful, beautiful artwork on here. I love the purple of the box with the blue. Kind of looks like it's supposed to be under a black light. Just looks absolutely incredible. He's up here shooting missiles out of his shoulder racks. Got him in his truck form here with the tanker, and on the side you have kind of a cutout of that image. It says Optimus Prime here in Cybertronian letters, and then just the front of the truck here as well. And on the other side you have a nice artwork of Blaster. We covered the Kingdom version. It's the same figure, just a different packaging. Bulkhead, RC, Hot Rod, specifically the core class one, and then this looks to be Earthrise Optimus for whatever reason. So pretty cool on the side there, that artwork. And this is for the Autobot artwork. There is also a different one for the Decepticons, which we'll cover in another video. However, on the back we do see some of the different aspects of the figure. His robot mode with his sword and axe, his truck form with the trailer, and then it shows that the trailer does open up into almost like a repair station, and you can just display it like that. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the figure itself, and I'll just leave this over here to the side. And here is the Legacy Optimus Prime in his semi-truck mode. And you'll see a lot of stuff on here, like there's bits of it that you've seen before with the Earthrise figure. There's also parts that are mostly it's different. The trailer is about the same length as the Earthrise trailer, and the truck itself is about just the hood length longer than the Earthrise cab. So it's pretty decent length in comparison to that Earthrise figure as well. Go ahead and take a look at some of the accessories he comes with. We'll take off the trailer for this. So the trailer is the first main accessory, and you can bring down this red piece here to set it up like so. Which is pretty cool. You come around here to the back. It's mostly unpainted. You do have some red paint here along the side, and then silver on the hubs, but otherwise it's pretty much completely unpainted. This really nice gray, like dark metallic gray plastic looks pretty cool. And this black isn't exactly black. It's more of a like a dark brownish gray. It's that kind of dark, really dark gray that they use. It matches the paint on this truck cab really well as well. This is a more matte though, where this is a little bit more glossy. This paint is really nice. The trailer does open up, so you can stand it upright. You can bring down this little ramp here and open this up, and then open up the sides, and you can see there is storage inside here for the axe and the sword, as well as there's some 5mm ports throughout where you can store a few other weapons if you want. To finish the transformation into its base mode though, you'll want to bring this out, bring this down and rotate it, and then bring this all the way down, and then bring this up, and basically there it is in its kind of repair bay base mode, sorta. This can swivel. It's just on a 5mm port, so it does come right off as well. So it's just a 5mm peg, plugs right in there. This gun here can also come off, and you can use this as like a handheld weapon, or you can attach it to the truck if you want. You can go ahead and touch it there if you wanted to. Pretty cool. If you wanted, you really could attach it anywhere that there's a 5mm port. However, this will hinder the wheels a little bit. You can attach it to this one here, to the side. You kind of attach it here as well. So that's pretty cool. You can use this as kind of like a repair arm, where you can just kind of repair different parts. It's not the most convincing thing. However, what is pretty cool as well is if you didn't want to use this trailer, you can actually store these weapons on the truck mode itself. So we can take these. They're cast in this clear blue plastic. It's the same clear blue that's used for the windshield of the robot mode, as well as the chest, or the windshield of the truck and the chest of the robot mode. It's very nice. It's got some little weapon effects part compatible pegs on there as well, and then there's these two tabs which we want to make notice of. That's how you actually attach it to this part of the trailer. There's a couple little slots here, and it just plugs in. And then this has two tabs here as well, and there's a separate connection for that. And it's the same on both sides, so you can store them on either side you want. This one can go over here, and then this can go over here if you wanted to. So it's all optional. Anyway, like I was saying, they can store on the truck mode itself. So you want to flip over here, and you'll have these two slots here next to the 5mm ports on the bottom, and you just take those same two tabs on the bottom, on the hilt of the sword, and plug it in there. And then for the axe, you have two little slots right here, and then those two tabs will go right into that. And there's weapon storage for the truck mode. It still rolls about the same. These wheels here, I have trouble getting them to make contact with the surface. At least on that side. This side, this one seems to be fine. It's just this one right here, I have trouble getting it to contact with the surface. And there it goes. Is this one going now? There we go. Just takes a little bit of fidgeting and wiggling it around and stuff, but go ahead and take these off now, and we can take a look at some of the more some of the details of the truck mode a little more close up. So a lot of this back section here is actually very similar to, or almost the same as the Earthrise version. The only real difference is this piece here in the middle is different, as well as these two pieces here. And I think they're actually all one piece, and then this is just a piece that's placed over it. The feet are exactly the same, the thighs are exactly the same, and really the transformation of the legs is exactly the same as the Earthrise. I kind of wish that this was actually a G2 Autobot logo, just because this is more of a G2 figure. So I kind of wish that that was a G2 logo instead of the G1 logo. Looking at the front, looks fairly nice. The silver paint is pretty well applied, pretty nicely applied. You got some yellow around the headlights. The headlights are painted gray for whatever reason. The nice blue on the windshields, and then this top piece is all painted. It's red base plastic painted this gray, and then the blue underneath is a separate piece, which is fantastic. It's the right way to do it, and that's painted over as well. This is just a plastic color. This is also the plastic color, and where is it? No, this is paint. This is paint here on the hood. This is the plastic. The red is the plastic color for this part. So yeah, the black paint here, really nicely applied. Looking at the bottom, you don't see a whole lot going on down here. You do have his arms kind of back here, but they hide pretty well as kind of I don't know. It's It's not really, there's no sleeper. It's not really a sleeper, but you could probably get an attachment. Somebody could like 3D print an attachment to go over it to look like a sleeper. Really, I'm getting a lot of first movie Optimus Prime vibes from this, just looking at it. It's alright nonetheless, though. It's pretty cool. The smokestacks are a little bit short. I do wish they kind of extended down a bit more, but for the transformation, I understand why they don't. And that's about it for this truck mode. So, to get down to transformation, we're going to start with... We're going to go ahead and start with these panels here by the door. And these are painted, actually. I thought that was the plastic color. It's painted. It's red plastic. That's just how well painted everything on here is. It looks like it's just the plastic color. So you want to pop both of those open. And you can fold the fuel tanks in. And then bring the legs down. You can flip with the feet. The toes are painted. I think it's a black plastic painted blue. And then flip down these pieces here, just like we would on the Earthrise Prime and the Siege Prime as well. You can separate the legs now if you want. They just tab together. And you get a little bit of a Gur truck. You can actually make it a little bit more so if you turn the waist around. So if you wanted to have a little bit of fun with it, you have a little Gur truck. Anyway, bring these up all the way parallel, and then you want to open up that. And bring this down and open these up here. You flip these out as well. And we'll bring this out and all the way around, and then bring this out and snap it into place. At this point, we can now take the arms and just bring them out and fold this back a little more just to give us the clearance to get these door panels all the way up. And then we can bring this forward. They'll tab into the back. There's tabs here that'll tab into the back. Just like so. You can then bring these arms all the way in and snap them into place. Rotate at the bicep and then bring down the chest. Then we can bring this up and down and bring that panel down. So bring this up at this hinge here on the inside, not that hinge, this hinge in here, and then bring it down. You can open up the wrists and flip out the hands. They're a little bit tough to get into because there's a really tight space, but then you close it up. Same on the other side. Open this up, flip out the hand, rotate it, and flip this back down. And then the final couple steps, you'll take the head, the panel that the head's attached to, and bring that over, and it'll snap into place. And then this panel here will flip out, and you can flip this closed. And there is the Laser Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And he looks pretty cool. I feel like his arms are a little bit skinny, but that's like my only nitpick about this. Otherwise, I think this is a really, really nice looking figure, and I've had a lot of fun playing with him a lot. Just kind of transforming back and forth and posing him and stuff for pictures. So a few features that he has are these panels here can open up, and you have these clear pieces in here where it's designed to look like the missiles on both sides. It's pretty cool. And it's got the clear, it's a clear blue to kind of give you the same motif as the Energon weapons. You can close those back up. And the other main feature he has in this mode is his chest is open here. And you can take out his Matrix of Leadership. Here. And it's a different Matrix than the other one that we had with the Earthrise. It's a lot different. the shaping and everything. I do prefer this look as to the other one. But yeah, you can put that back in, close that up. Or actually, one more thing is you can take this matrix, and if you don't lose it because you're clumsy, you can take this matrix and it will attach. I think it attaches. Attached to something. Oh, here. It will attach to this tab here on the axe. So you can combine these weapons as well and kind of have this weapon looking, if you wanted to. And that looks pretty cool. Or you can have them separate. You want to watch for this little tab here on this. Make sure that you clear the fingers with that. So he kind of has to hold it so that that's on the inside. And you put the axe in his other hand. Just like so. That's pretty cool. They're not my favorite choice of weapons. I kind of wish that they weren't doing this clear energon weapon thing, or if they were, they'd add a little bit of paint to these weapons, like up the middle here. I think it could have used some paint. I just don't like the way that it's just a huge oval of clear plastic. You lose a lot of detail if you don't have any of the paint or anything in here, so it loses a lot of detail. As for robot mode storage, I don't believe these store anywhere on his robot mode. Yeah, there's not really any way to store the axe, at least, in his robot mode. The sword, on the other hand, you can take it and maybe plug this in here like that. No? Just can kind of stick it there if you wanted. There's how you can store it. You can store this one on there too. There. Just store them both on his leg. Really, I think that's more of why this has so much storage. If you want, you can also take this gun here, and it's got a couple pegs and couple holes on it, but you can put that in his hand if you wanted to. Kind of a double-barreled gun. You can plug it in here. It shows in the instructions. You can plug it in like that, which looks ridiculous. And then also I saw you can take this and he can plug this in here like that. And you can take this and put that in this hand, and then if you can reach this hand over, like so, and kind of make it so he's got almost like a minigun weapon. It's pretty cool. You can also, like, if you wanted to attach this to under his arm, like that. But there's just different options with the 5mm port system. There's a lot of unused space in here, though. Not really anything useful you can do with that. Maybe hide something in there or something. Hide another weapon. But articulation, he's very well articulated. His head's on a ball joint, so it can go the full 360 degrees. I know a lot of people, including me, I'd move his head when I first got him out of the box, and it would pop right off. It wasn't fully attached to the socket. That's just something you can take it, and if you push it into the socket properly, it'll stay on. It's very sturdy now. But yeah, it rotates fully. You can go up and go down and get a little bit of side-to-side motion. These can move out of the way if you need them to, and then this can flip open if you need it to. The arms are on a really soft ratchet at the pin hinge there, and then also a soft ratchet all the way around, which has good even teeth to it, so you can get different degrees. And it goes up forward to that way, or that far, back to that far, out that far. Rotation at the bicep. The cut's not exactly perfect here, so it does seem to like want to push itself out over time, especially when you move it around a lot. So that's a small problem I have. And then the elbows 90-degree bend, and his wrists are ball jointed so he can go all the way around. Waist swivel, it goes full 360. You can kick forward that far and backwards that far, so full Monty. And then get his arms out of the way and spread them for the full split. And this is a bit of a loose joint. I haven't gone in to try and tighten it up yet, but you can ideally tighten it up. It's just 2 screws here. So ideally you can tighten that joint up. A lot of the joints on here are really tight though. That's just the only one, and like I said, I can go in with a screwdriver and tighten it up. Little over 90 degrees of bend at the knee. I have seen some people have issues where this part just completely breaks. I don't know if they were being rough with it, but I haven't had any issues with that part. I haven't had any issues with anything breaking on this figure, so I don't know if somebody's just heavy-handed with their toys, or if it's a common issue, or if there's something wrong with the plastic. But he does have the same ankle rocker as the Earthrise Optimus, so we can get out to about that far with his feet still on the ground. So really good figure. I really do recommend. And if you really want to have some fun with it, you can actually open this up. You want to flip that panel back in. It's just kind of got some like jet details. I kind of wish that it was compatible with the blast effects. That would have been really nice. Flip his head in and close this up, right? And then we're going to open up his chest. And you can take a Lego minifigure. So I'm going to get one of my Stormtrooper minifigures here. And you can take a Stormtrooper minifigure. You want to take the helmet off and put him inside the chest here. Just kind of, you need to stand up, right? My phone said I was recording for too long. Anyway, you put the Stormtrooper in there. He's standing up, and then you can put the helmet back on, and there you can have like your own little custom Bert the Stormtrooper figure or something. Shout out to Bert the Stormtrooper. So, yeah, pretty cool. So, I do recommend this figure. That's just a fun little like non-feature, I guess. So, I definitely recommend to everybody who is a fan of this design to get Laser Optimus Prime. I really like him. Nothing but praise for this figure. So the only thing, like I said, is if these were a little bit thicker biceps, but as it is though, he's pretty nice. He's really, really nice. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, till all are one.